fact that he had the thought process that he could be culpable, that's where his mind went, that he had to protect himself and videotape the evidence.
Hello and welcome back to Drama Investigator. Before we get into today's investigation, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I post the tea. Onision is a very problematic YouTuber. He's had countless horrific allegations against him in the past. Well, recently fans have found out that his 2-year-old daughter fell out of a 2-story window, cracking her head open, and instead of calling the ambulance like any normal person would, he had filmed the aftermath to prove to the police that it was an accident. Fans are absolutely outraged and disgusted at his behaviour. So this had happened back in September, but fans had recently found the full police report, listing what had allegedly taken place. And fans have not only found this report, but also the phone call to the police that took place. So first of all, before we analyse the report, let's discuss the number of 911 calls that have taken place over the last month within Onision's household, because there's more than just one. So apparently a neighbour had called the police not long ago because they hadn't seen Kai for a while, and then there was another call about a heated argument that Kai and Onision had, which allegedly involved physical contact. So here we can see the FBI have confirmed that they are looking into Onision's video content from August. Here it states, "This is a known subject we've received numerous calls on from around the country. He is a known YouTuber as Onision. Our detectives are aware. Also, the FBI have opened a case and are reviewing his video content. The R/P is reporting a YouTube video that depicts a skit from August. I honestly don't even know what that video was about, but overall his content is super weird, and he's been having mental breakdowns online recently and filming them all. One in particular that freaked fans out was when his Patreon got boycotted and deleted, while he took to YouTube and flipped his shit. I have seen zero comments of even his super fans taking him seriously after that video." So here is the full police report of the accident involving his 2-year-old daughter. So this one is much more censored than the original, but for triggering reasons, because it was quite horrific, I will be reading the more censored version of the report. I will, however, leave the full report link down below in my description. It states, "There was no evidence collected. There is nothing further. On the 9th of the 12th, 2019, at approximately 19:25 hours, I received a phone call from Deputy Grote regarding an incident that occurred at blank. Deputy Grote explained that O. James Jackson called 911 and reported that his 2-year-old daughter, O, had fallen out of a 2nd-story window by pushing the screen out. Deputy Grote said that he had been out to the residence before to assist Child Protective Services in checking the children due to the concerns that James ran a YouTube channel with content about child blank. Deputy Grote said that blank was being transported to Mary Bridge via ambulance. I met Deputy Grote at Mary Bridge Children's Hospital. Blank had been brought into a CT scan immediately upon her arrival. I spoke to Lieutenant Johnson of Medic Unit 51 with Gig Harbour. Lieutenant Johnson said that when they arrived on scene, blank Kai Johnson was with blank. Lieutenant Johnson said that blank was on the cement driveway directly underneath an open window, laying on her side. He said that there was a window screen partially underneath blank, which was broken in the corner. Lieutenant Johnson said that the fall was not witnessed, and he was told that Kai was in the kitchen making dinner and James was in the garage. Lieutenant Johnson said that James said he heard tapping outside the window of the garage, and when he went to investigate it, he saw that blank had fallen. I spoke privately with Kai. Kai agreed to be audio recorded during our conversation. We got interrupted during our conversation by medical staff, so my conversation with Kai is documented in 2 separate recordings. The following is a summary of our conversation. For full details, please refer to the audio recording, which will be booked into evidence of the PCSD main property room. Kai said that when she went to make dinner, she put blank in her room to watch TV. Kai said that the window was closed and that blank bedroom door was open. Kai said that her 5-year-old son, blank, was in the living room watching a different show, which is why she put blank in her bedroom. She described blank's bed as a twin bed. She said that she was not sure how blank could have gotten up to the window. She said she believed that the headboard to the bed at the window did not overlap, so it didn't make sense to her that blank could have climbed onto the windowsill from the headboard. Kai said that she did not know blank had fallen until James ran upstairs and then out the front door. She said James yelled. Following is a summary of my conversation with James. For further details, please refer to the audio recording, which will be booked into evidence in the PCSD main property room. James said that he was in the garage on his computer. He explained that he works from home. James said he heard what sounded like a deep voice person tapping on the exterior of the garage. James said he thought that it was Blank who was outside. James said Blank was not supposed to be outside, so he went upstairs so he could go outside to see why Blank was out there. James said that when he got partway up the stairs, he could see that Blank was in the living room playing a video game. James said that he went out the front door and saw Blank lying on the driveway near the garage. He said he yelled for Kai to call an ambulance and then spoke with 911 on the phone. James said that while waiting for the ambulance, he took a video showing the window down to the cement where Blank was laying. I asked James why he took the video. James said he wanted to be able to show the doctor exactly where she had fallen and expressed concern that she had hit landscaping rocks, which were right next to the driveway. He also said that he thought about needing to show the police what had happened and spoke about an incident in 2011 when a friend threatened to kill herself and make it look like he was responsible. So he took a video of himself calling 911 so he could show the police that he was not responsible. James's explanation for why he took a video seemed strange to me. James said that Blank is an active child and said that in the past she has climbed up and stood on tables. He said she has also stood on the windowsills in their front room, so they make sure to keep the windows closed and locked. James showed me the video he had taken of Blank. It was a 1-second video which showed Blank on the ground with Kai next to her and then panned up to show the open window. I took a video of James's phone playing that video and will copy it to a DVD and book it into evidence in the PCSD main property room. I spoke with Dr. Monge. He said that Blank had multiple skull fractures. He said that she had a subgaleal hematoma. He said that she had small subdural hematomas. He said that there was some bleeding and bruising in her brain, but that was not enough to require immediate surgery. I asked him if the injuries were life-threatening, and he explained that at this point they weren't, but that due to the nature of the injuries, Blank would need to be carefully monitored because the situation could quickly change and the injuries could become life-threatening. He explained that the skull fracture on the right side of her head was depressed and pushing into her brain. Dr. Monge said that the injuries were consistent with a fall from a second-story window. Deputy Grote told me that James had shown him the Ring doorbell video. James handed me his phone and he showed me the videos. The Ring video did not capture Blank fall. It pointed in the opposite direction, but it did show when James came outside and saw Blank on the ground. James walks around on the porch and looks into the direction of the garage. James runs towards her and screams for Kai to call an ambulance. Kai comes out of the porch and screams, then runs over to Blank. James sent me 3 videos which captured James going into the house to get a towel and talking on the phone with 911. James emailed me copies of the videos. I will burn the videos onto the same DVD as the video from James's phone. I asked Kai and James if I could go into their home and take some photographs. They both agreed. I explained that they did not have to allow me to go into the home to take pictures and that they could change their minds and tell me to stop. I gave James my work cell phone number and told him to call me if they did. Now what's even more disturbing on top of all of this was some of the tweets Onision had tweeted out days following the accident. He had tweeted, "Stand in front of the window over there. The world should see how pathetic and helpless you are. I'm going to humiliate you. And right before you lose consciousness, I'm going to destroy you." So the real question is, why hasn't there been any serious repercussions on Onision? So the FBI have been involved and there most likely is an investigation going on. Unfortunately, a lot of YouTubers out there are avoiding talking about him, and they've stated this in the past because they're scared that they'll get copyright strikes or something, because apparently he does that to channels who talk about him or bring up his shit. But the thing is, if more and more people bring to light his horrific allegations and stop being scared about spreading awareness, he will eventually be stopped.
The fact that he had the thought process that he could be culpable, that he could be held liable, that he could be that they were going to possibly question him about, I don't know what, about a criminal act, about his parenting, about lack of supervision. That would have never dawned on me. I mean, the police being at the house 19 times, we don't know why they were at the house yet. If they were out there for if it was CPS at the house all these times, or there were child issues, then of course it would make sense that he didn't want to be accused of neglect or intentional acts or whatever it could be. But the fact that that's where his mind went, that he had to protect himself and videotape the evidence, because that's what it is. You're videotaping for evidence. I think he gave an excuse when the cop was questioning him, that he said something like he did it for the police, for the doctor, so they could see how far the child fell. Because
the child might have hit some sort of a rock in the garden.
Again, very, very strange. Never seen that.
These police sheriff's deputy runs to the house range from CPS, Child Protective Services, wanting to check on the welfare of the children in the home because of a report that was phoned in because of the YouTube streaming Greg James Onision was doing, you know, making a call that went to the school that was referred to the police in Child Protective Services. And no criminal charges, it's important to note, have come out of this thus far. But the criminal investigations, I mean, I just hours ago spoke to the deputy who heads up the Public Information Office and confirmed on the record. And I said to him, can I say it's on the record? He said, yes, absolutely. Multiple criminal investigations open in the county.
Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. That's all for this investigation. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell. My social media will be linked down below, and I'll see you guys in our next investigation.